Hello and welcome to biology class. We are studying topic kingdom Animalia, and so many days we are studying classification of animals, and now today's video we reach to the last phylum of non-chordata, which is known as Hemichordata. So we will see some examples of Hemichordata and we will try to understand their characteristics. Now the first example of Hemichordata is this Saccoglossus animal. Then another example is this Balanoglossus. Now the animals look little different, as well as these animals doesn't look like familiar, isn't it? So let us try to gather knowledge about these different animals and we'll go ahead with their characteristics. Now when we consider Hemichordata, hemi means half. What do you mean by hemi? Half. And chordata, here chordata refers to the notochord. Now do you remember what is notochord is? What notochord is? We learn notochord. Notochord is the rope or rod-like structure which pass from the dorsal side of the advanced animals. But here, so notochord is the characteristic of being advanced animals. But here there is a word hemi. Hemi means half. So these are called as a half chordates. We can say these animals are on the borderline of chordates and non-chordates. Now let us learn some more things about these animals. Now these animals, when we consider Saccoglossus, when we consider Balanoglossus, these animals' names are not commonly, very common to us. We are not familiar with these names. Even these animals also like little different structures. This is basically Saccoglossus. This is a laboratory specimen of the animal. It is highly difficult to see these animals. Now why difficult to see these animals? First of all, because they are staying at the bottom of the ocean. Firstly, they are staying at the bottom of the ocean, and secondly, they are staying in the burrows. They make burrows, okay, and they stay, means at the floor of the ocean, they make burrows and stay inside. So it is obviously highly difficult to see these animals, as well as these are kind of rare animals, okay. So obviously difficult to see them. So let us try to understand some characteristics of these animals. Now let us first characteristic is this: they are half chordates. That's why called as Hemichordata. Now what do you mean by half chordate? That we will try to understand little bit later on. So first we will try to understand their general characteristic. Now first of all, they are worm-like animals and very fragile. Like, if we try to touch it and if we try to pick it up, it will break up. Very fragile, very delicate animals. Okay, and they are basically make a tube or make burrows at the bottom of the ocean and stay inside that burrows. When we consider their body is divided into three regions. Here the body regions can be easily seen. This is the upper region. It is not called as a head. It is called as proboscis. What does it is called as? Proboscis. Now this second part from here to here, this part is called as collar. And this remaining long part, it is called as trunk. This part is called as trunk. Here in the Saccoglossus, proboscis is little longer. This is collar and this long is its trunk. Okay, so this is proboscis, this is collar, and this is trunk. Understanding? Now this is its body division. Now next thing, when we consider its other nature, it is aquatic animals staying at the benthic region, at the bottom of the ocean. Then next characteristic, they show tube within tube body plan. They are having two openings. One is mouth and another is anus. Now sometime in these animals we can see at one end mouth and another end anus, but when they make burrows, it become U-shaped. Digestive system become U-shaped. Okay. Now another characteristic, they are triploblastic. Okay. They show bilateral symmetry. If we cut this animal from the center, it will make two equal walls. Okay. Next thing about these animals, these animals are called as filter feeder animals. These animals are called as filter feeder animals. What they do, their body up to this body is remaining inside the burrow, inside the soil, okay, and this much body is up, okay. Then what it do is, it is with the help of this proboscis, proboscis is continuously moving, and it generate water current, okay, it generate water current, and in that, because of that water current, some bacteria, some microorganisms, some protozoa get stuck in that, okay, come into that water current, and whatever organisms come in the water current, this animal will eat them. Understanding? So very simple lifestyle, very simple animal. The next thing is, here we can see gills of the animal. It do respiration with the help of gills, and its trunk bear gills. Okay, there are two pairs of gills on both the side of trunk. Okay, here also, here in this diagram we cannot see, but they are having the gills. Okay, next thing is that they are free moving animals. They remain burrowed inside the soil, but this proboscis, with the help of proboscis, they make burrow in the soil, burrow at the floor of the ocean and stay inside it. Now next one is, means they are free living, they are not sedentary. There is another example called as Labdopleura. This example, Labdopleura is basically it is sedentary, it remain attached. It is having this outer covering called as tubarium, and with the help of tubarium, it stay inside the tubarium and it is sedentary. So there are different lifestyles. So let us gather its all the characteristics together and try to understand it. Now hemichordata, first, hemi means half, chordata, that is rod-like structure, notochord, worm-like animal, also called as acorn worms. I forgot to tell you this. These animals are commonly called as acorn worm. Marine animals, okay, either free living, stay sedentary, or Rhabdopleura is an example of sedentary hemichordata. Then they are omnivorous, mostly filter feeders. And their buccal cavity, this is its hemichordata characteristic. Now try to understand this characteristic. Now buccal cavity of this animal, that is mouth of this animal, is having a special structure, a special rod-like structure called as buccal diverticulum. Now initially, when scientists were studying these animals, they thought this buccal diverticulum is nothing but notochord. They got confused whether it is notochord or it is buccal diverticulum. So scientists thought it must be notochord. So initially they included it in a chordate, but afterward this buccal diverticulum is proved to be, it is not a notochord. So it is a notochord like structure, but not exactly the notochord. So they removed from the chordates and brought it into non-chordates again. The next one, they are triploblastic, bilaterally symmetrical. Then their body division, proboscis, collar and trunk. Then digestive system, complete digestive system, sometimes U-shaped. Respiration with the help of gills located on the trunk. Then they are having closed circulatory system, and they are having colorless blood, very simple type of circulatory system. Their nervous system, just beneath their skin, they are having nervous system. Then reproduction, they are very specific about their reproduction. They are bisexual animals, okay, both the sexes are in same animal, and fertilization is external and development is indirect. They produce larvae which can swim and settle in the another part of the ocean. Understanding? So these are about they are on the borderline of chordates and non-chordates. Balanoglossus, Rhabdopleura and Saccoglossus are the example. So this is all about hemichordata. So in the next video onwards we will start with the chordates. So till then, goodbye, take care.